Welcome back to Story After Midnight, where the darkness never sleeps. I'm your storyteller, guiding you through the world's most terrifying and mysterious true encounters. From haunted homes to ghostly sightings to strange and unexplained phenomena, I bring you the spine-chilling stories that will make you question what you thought you knew. In tonight's episode, we dive deep into the eerie and unsettling world of real-life ghost encounters. These are stories from those who have unknowingly brushed up against the supernatural and lived to tell the tale. So, find a quiet spot, dim the lights, and make sure you're alone, because the shadows might be closer than you think. Who knows what's lurking, watching, and waiting to make its presence known. Now, let's step into the unknown. The darkness awaits.
Whispers in the Pines, narrated by Arabella. They say nature is healing, the silence, the trees, the fresh air. But no one ever talks about how that silence turns into something else, something unnatural, something that listens back. My name is Arabella, and I want to tell you what happened in Black Hollow Forest, so you know never to go there. No matter how beautiful the reviews say it is, no matter how untouched it seems, because something lives in those woods, and it watches. It started out simple enough. My best friend Emily had just come back from a brutal breakup, and I thought a weekend escape might help. Just the two of us, deep in the woods, no phone signal, no distractions. I'd found a small, lesser-known forest up north, Black Hollow, supposed to be quiet, undisturbed, hidden. The moment we pulled off the main road, I noticed the trees. They weren't like the ones I was used to. These were ancient, gnarled, twisted in ways that made them look like they were leaning toward us, watching, like they were waiting. Emily was blasting music, laughing, excited. I didn't want to be a buzzkill, so I smiled and tried to shake off the weird feeling. We hiked about an hour from where we parked and set up camp in a small clearing. The forest was so dense that barely any sunlight hit the forest floor, even though it was barely past noon. By the time we had the tent pitched, we were covered in sweat and pine needles, but it was nice, peaceful. We cooked hot dogs over the fire, drank some wine, and talked until the stars came out. That night, something changed. I was almost asleep when I heard it, whispering, very faint, like someone was standing just outside the tent, muttering. I froze. At first, I thought it was Emily whispering in her sleep, but she was breathing steadily next to me, fully out. The whispers didn't stop. If anything, they got closer. Em, I hissed. She groaned. What? Listen. We both held our breath, and then we heard it. The unmistakable sound of twigs snapping, heavy footsteps circling the tent. Probably an animal, she whispered, though her voice was shaky. Then came a low, guttural growl. Not like any animal I've ever heard. It was wet, like something breathing with rotting lungs. We clutched each other and didn't move for what felt like hours. Eventually, it went quiet again, but neither of us slept. The next morning, we checked around the tent. No footprints, no claw marks, just nothing. As if nothing had ever been there. But that night was just the beginning. That second day felt strange. The woods were quieter than before. No birds, no bugs, not even the wind. Just a dead stillness, like the entire forest was holding its breath. We tried to shake it off, hiked a bit, took pictures. But every time I looked at Emily, I could see it in her face too. She felt it. That night, it got worse. Around 2 a.m., we were jolted awake by a blood-curdling scream. Not an animal, not a person, something in between. It echoed through the forest like it came from every direction at once. I scrambled for the flashlight, but when I turned it on, the beam died. Batteries full, brand new, just died. Then the shadows started. On the sides of the tent, we could see them, figures moving, long, lanky things that didn't walk right. They twitched, jerked. Emily was sobbing. I held her hand, my heart pounding like it was trying to break out of my chest. Then, a voice, just outside the tent. Arabella. It said my name, my full name, slowly, mockingly. Arabella, come out. Emily gasped. What the hell was that? I shook my head, whispering, don't talk, don't move. More shadows. Then we heard scraping, something dragging along the tent wall. Then a sound like claws digging into the fabric, slowly peeling it. Emily lost it. She grabbed the knife from her backpack and unzipped the tent. I grabbed her wrist. Don't. What if... But she was already outside, and there was nothing. No shadows, no creatures, just pitch-black forest and cold, dead air. We packed up at dawn, didn't speak, just walked, fast. But we never made it to the car, because the trail was gone. We retraced our steps, over and over. The landmarks we remembered. A mossy rock, a twisted tree, gone. Every direction looked the same, like the forest had reset itself around us. And then, the laughter started, high-pitched, childlike, but broken, echoing between the trees. Emily was shaking, whispering, they don't want us to leave. That night, we didn't set up the tent. We curled up by the dying fire and tried to stay awake. But exhaustion took us. I don't know when I woke up, but it was still dark. The fire was dead. Emily was gone. I screamed for her, but the woods swallowed my voice. And then I heard it again. That voice. Arabella, behind me. I turned and saw a creature, no, a thing, standing just feet away. Its skin stretched tight across a face with no eyes, mouth stitched shut. It raised a long clawed finger to where its lips would be and shushed me. Then it disappeared. I found Emily at dawn, standing completely still at the edge of a small ravine. Her eyes were wide, blank. I grabbed her, shook her, screamed at her to wake up. She blinked, looked at me, and whispered, they showed me where we die. We never found the trail, but somehow, by sheer luck, or maybe it let us go, we stumbled out onto a road. We flagged down a truck, didn't say a word. To this day, I can't sleep without a light on. And Emily? She doesn't talk anymore. She just stares at the trees. Sometimes hums the tune we heard that night, the one I never told her I heard too. And me? I still hear it. Sometimes, when I'm walking home, when the lights flicker, when I'm alone. That voice. Arabella. It still knows my name. And I don't think it's done with me.
Thank you for joining me tonight on this eerie journey into the unknown. If these stories have left you with a chill down your spine, don't forget to like and subscribe for more spine-tingling tales. And remember, there's always more lurking just around a corner. If you've ever experienced something strange, something unexplainable, feel free to share your own story in the comments below. You never know who else might be listening or watching. Until next time, keep your lights low, your doors locked, and your curiosity never at ease. Because at Story After Midnight, the darkness never rests, and neither do we.